Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. Online loan application glitches cleared. An urgent appeal to motorists. Charities partnering for a worthy cause. And in sports, the Bahamas golden in under 20 boys javelin. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Good evening, I'm Bimini Swain. Thanks so much for joining us. We begin with news on the education front. It seems that all of the technical glitches have been cleared for thousands of eager scholarship loan applicants applying for this year's Ministry of Education's Loan Scholarship Program. Reports reaching our newsroom revealed that scores of loan applicants encountered technical difficulties last week with the online scholarship portal. Chair of the National Scholarship Advisory Committee, Robin Lyons, gave this update on the status of the 2023 National Scholarship Cycle.
I'm happy to report that an additional 80 applications were received as completed. The portal is now closed, and it brings the ability for persons to apply to an end. And so now those persons who have applied, those applications will be properly vetted. We will ensure that all of the necessary and proper documentation has been provided, the criterion have been met, and then those will be subject to review by the committee.
Well, a spectacular display of Bahamian culture and music during the 50th Carifta Games opening ceremony that saw much fanfare and pageantry at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Scores turning out to show their support for the Bahamas' 80-member Carifta team. This year's games will feature more than 600 athletes from 28 countries with 100 separate events. This year's three-day meet expected to be very competitive. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis welcoming the athletes to the Bahamas.
We all stand here on a rich and proud legacy of friendly competition, regional camaraderie, and excellence. Since its inception in 1972, these games have grown to be one of the most important sporting events in the region and one of the most respected in the world. We are so pleased to host these games this year. We welcome all of you with open arms and open heart to the Bahamas. I am so happy that the Carifta Games are back on track. After a 2-year hiatus during the height of COVID-19 pandemic, we are now settling back into the joy of a sporting tradition, which we have come to look forward to at Eastertide.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, applauding the athletes and organizers. He hopes the event strengthens the unity between countries.
We are set to mark this 50th year of Golden Jubilee by celebrating our youth through sports. The #1 tool which can transform, empower, inspire, and most importantly, unite. This was the common goal when the Carifta Games were founded in 1972. The Games were established to enhance relationships between the English-speaking countries and the Caribbean in the Caribbean region. Where our countries are separated by water, the Carifta Games are an ideal form to promote unifying spirit of friendship, a place for us all to connect.
In other news, traffic officials are expressing concern about the high volume of traffic violations on our streets and once again warning motorists to take heed. Carla Palmer reports.
Police say they will continue to man the streets and enforce the rules of the road. Too many motorists, they say, are emboldened on our streets in committing traffic infractions. With 4,800 citations issued so far this year for various traffic violations, Corporal 549 Patrick Kemp is warning motorists to desist and abide by the laws, beginning with strapping up.
So please, ensure that you're wearing your seatbelt. Obviously, it's designed for your safety and the safety of your passengers. I said this earlier at one point in time, because you as a driver, the owner of that vehicle, anybody that you have come into your vehicle, make sure that you and your passengers are secured by seatbelt, because if something happens, God forbid, and it results in somebody succumbing to the injury, and through investigations we discovered that that person was were not secured by seatbelt, you could find yourself losing your freedom for 5 years.
Corporal Kemp says the problem is happening far too frequent.
And let me say to the persons who are on a traffic light, if you're on a traffic light and an emergency vehicle is coming up the lane or needs to get around you at that junction, it's okay. Now, at no time, let me say this strongly, at no time it's okay to run the red light. However, in emergency situations, we ask that you please make your way off of that junction, off of that light, carefully assess your way clear so that the emergency vehicle can pass and continue on where they have to go.
And there's more. Some direction is also being given motorists in emergency situations.
As you would have heard some sirens in the background, and let me touch on that whilst they're passing. Please pull to the side. Now, we're not expecting you to damage your vehicle by riding up on the sidewalk or riding into some building trying to get out of the way because you have sirens. Just come to a stop. Come to a stop, allow those vehicles to maneuver around your vehicle and continue on to their destinations. We still have persons who refuse to pull to the side, refuse to stop, and it creates a problem for our emergency vehicles.
The motoring public is being asked to drive with more due care and attention and avoid speeding. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Carla Palmer.
Well, those 11 victims displaced after a fire ripped through their community over in Bimini nearly 2 weeks ago, now starting to rebuild. Spokesperson for the victims, Bishop Delton Ellis, providing this update.
The people that were displaced by the fire, most of them were put up in hotels as well as some were in Airbnb. At this point, because of the homecoming in Bimini that begins this coming weekend, most of those would have to vacate the hotel rooms as well as the Airbnb because they were booked prior to the fire taking place. Some of them were able to find 1 or 2 places on the south side of the island, so they are on the South Bimini side now. So that's where some of them at. 1 or 2 of them are still trying to find a place to go.
In news from the crime beat, police taking 3 suspects into custody following the discovery of marijuana plants, more than 200 to be exact, and ammunition in a Flamingo Gardens home sometime around 11:40 Friday night. Police attached to Operation Ceasefire and the Southwestern Division executed a search warrant on a residence at Montgomery Avenue in Flamingo Gardens. The search of the residence turned up a quantity of ammunition, a large quantity of suspected marijuana, and 213 marijuana plants. The discovery led to the arrest of a 40-year-old man and 2 women ages 30 and 18 years. Police weighed the drugs, which came up to 36 pounds, 10 ounces, and have an estimated street value of $36,000. The suspects face charges that include possession of dangerous drugs with the intent to supply and possession of ammunition with the intent to supply. Investigations continue. Well, stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, continues after this break.
Are you overpaying for low speeds with your internet provider? Stop wasting your money. Switch to BTC for the fastest internet to the most homes in the Bahamas. Get up to 300 megs fiber fast speeds, up to 3 times faster than what you get now. Plus, get 164 TV channels, all for just $42.50 a month for 12 months. That means you'll save $860 for the year. For the fastest speeds across the Bahamas and the lowest price by far, BTC is for you. Switch to the largest fiber network in the Bahamas.
Disney Cruise Line has teamed up with Junior Achievement students in Eleuthera to learn about the culture and spirit of the Bahamas, encouraging the students as they created their costumes and parade floats for the Junior Junk Canoe competition. Through virtual mentoring workshops, the Disney team shared ideas to inspire the young artists as they prepared for their competition.
Me and my classmates are celebrating the Bahamian culture by just enjoying ourselves and doing what our parents and great-grandparents did back in the day.
Disney donated funding as well as fabrics and materials for the students to incorporate in their designs. Disney Cruise Line is creating a new experience in Eleuthera at Lighthouse Point, which will be inspired by the natural environment and celebrate the culture and spirit of the Bahamas.
Good. grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. Cause if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Officials at the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs are excited and geared up for the official announcement of sailing as the country's national sport. However, according to Minister Clay Sweeting, the announcement is a collaborative effort.
We're working along not just with my ministry, but we're connecting ministries. We're connecting Minister Boleg with the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper, who's the Minister of Tourism. So we're working with this collaborative effort along with the sailors and the National Family Island Regatta team to ensure that it's bigger and better than ever, and that the announcement will come as we make it a collaborative effort to ensure that we include all persons.
Parliamentary Secretary Leonardo Lightbourne sharing in the excitement as he looks forward to the All-Andros Regatta that falls just days ahead of the country's official 50th independence celebrations.
Come July 7th to the 9th, we're looking forward to. And we're also looking forward to hopefully the 50th sailing be a part of our 7th to the 9th anniversary.
According to Minister Sweeting, full-scale investment is being placed on sailing to increase involvement around the country.
For us, as we moved from last year to this year, and we realized that this is a sport that we got to capitalize on as a ministry, we did just that, and we took the bull by the horns. And every regatta that we've been involved in, we've been boots on the ground and giving what support we can. It's the culture there, the down-home atmosphere, the people.
Sailing will be officially named the national sport of the Bahamas April 21st in beautiful Georgetown in Suma. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgia Bain.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 50th Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com. Or get your tickets now at the Eastern Grandstand Caribbean Village. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051. Get your Carifta tickets.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Welcome back. Nurses leaving for better opportunities in other countries is not only a concern in the Bahamas, but throughout the region as well. And for World Health Organization and Pan American Health Organization country representative Dr. Eldana Bassan, improving that scenario is the hope if the healthcare system is to improve. She shared her views or concerns recently while discussing the significance of World Health Day observed yesterday.
We also would like to see strengthening in human resources for health. I think everyone's well aware that in the Caribbean, we often lose a lot of our healthcare workers to other more developed countries who come and make very attractive offers. So we need to think of strategies and ways to not only develop our healthcare workers, but to keep them here. We need to make it attractive. Health systems, a lot of strides being made in that direction to have integrated healthcare systems that promote wellness as well as health. You saw, I think it was a week or two ago, the wellness unit in the Bahamas was launched, so a step in the right direction.
As for other developments coming on stream in country, Dr. Bassan provided an update on the National Reference Lab's capability to conduct expanded testing.
So the National Reference Lab, I have to say, that's one of the legacies of COVID. They built a lot of capacity during the COVID pandemic, a lot of capacity to be able to do the testing that the country needs. And so right now they're very close to being able to do their own genetic sequencing. What does that mean? It means then that they cannot just say we have this virus, for example, that we have COVID, but they will be able to then say we have COVID and it is Omicron or Delta or so on. Likewise with influenza and some other viruses, they will also be able to give all of us a lot more information about the type of virus that is circulating.
A growing number of homeless persons on our streets are in dire need of food, clothing, housing, and counseling to get them back on their feet. On this Easter Saturday, several nonprofit organizations are doing their part to put smiles on their faces by treating them to hot meals and free haircuts for the Easter season. LaDon Davis has this story.
I'm homeless right now. I just staying at Change Challenge because I was over there. You know, my grandmother died, and I was just hanging around Change Challenge to see if I could see the other family relative, you know. I just come to enjoy myself, you know.
Sean Benaby is one of thousands of Bahamians benefiting from a hot meal at the Fish and Clips Outreach Initiative on Retirement Park this Easter Saturday. While opting not to get a free haircut, some of his friends were up to the task and toed a long line to get a fresh cut for Easter Sunday church services. Director of Teen Challenge Eric Fox knows firsthand about living on our streets. He says this initiative is a bold step at rescuing those who face similar challenges.
I used to live on this park. I was homeless too, so I choose this place to come because I have a lot of experience here and a lot of history here. And I know how people feel to someone to come and just give them a plate of food.
The kids were not left out, though. They, too, were able to soak in some of the games scattered along the park's grounds. Vice Chair of Community Services for Hands for Hunger, Precious Thompson, says inclement weather conditions did not deter attendees from taking full advantage of the treats.
This initiative goes beyond just coming into this community and giving out food. What you see annually, twice a year, Easter and Christmas, we not just do the food, but they have their haircuts, they get meal vouchers, they get games, they get toiletry kits, they have bags of food that I'll be giving out later. There's so much that goes on to this day, and it's for anyone in the surrounding community and areas.
A lot of us have friends and sometimes even family who were homeless, so this is personal for us. One of the main reasons we do this is a gentleman named Andre Chappelle who grew up in Lyford Key, became homeless for 20 years, and then got off the streets.
All parties involved say the wheels are now in motion to plan the next outreach event that will bring lots of cheer from Santa and his reindeers in December. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. Sports is after the break.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
This is the super versatile Ring Stick-Up Cam. It goes indoors, outdoors, outdoors in the rain. It's got two-way talk. Hey, Eddie. Works with Alexa. Comes in tons of power options and works with Ring Alarm to start recording automatically if something's going on. Seriously? Seriously. So start protecting your home with the easy installing indoor-outdoor Stick-Up Cam by Ring.
Have you been denied a U.S. visa and don't understand why? Have you been turned away from the U.S. border without an explanation? Maybe you've had a prior arrest or conviction and you're not clear on how to move forward at this point. Call our office. We may be able to help. 954-449-1833.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 58 Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com. Or get your tickets now at the Eastern Grandstand Caribbean Village. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051. Get your Carifta tickets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Saturday, the 50th Carifta Track and Field Championships underway, and it didn't take long for the Bahamas to strike gold. In the under-20 boys javelin, Cade Cartwright with a throw of 64.07 meters.
Feels pretty good. First medal out the gate. Thank God, and I thank my coach and family.
Talk about your throws, 1, 2, 3.
The first throw, I think it was 58. But as the competition went on, I keep on climbing, and then I got to 64.
Also this morning, the heats of the 100 meters and the under-20 boys, they were blistering up this track. It was Carlos Brown winning his heat in 10.53.
Well, I just wanted to get out hard, get on my dry face, finish strong, keep my composure.
Impressed with the time in your first round run under these conditions?
Yes, sir, I'm very impressed.
What is left now, semifinals and finals later on this afternoon?
Just go there, do my best, and do what my coach tell me to do, and finish and win.
Also into the semifinals later on today, it was the guy they call Mr. Fast. Musgrove Adam is his first name, in a time of 10.69.
Well, the worst part of my race was my start. So coming into Carifta, I knew that once I got my start right, my first 30 meters right, I'd be able to run fast times and do what I have to do.
You saw what happened at the end there?
Yeah, I hope he's all right, you know. Just because we're competitors doesn't necessarily mean that I want to see everyone hurt. I want everyone at the line, everyone to have a fair chance. So going to go find him soon and wish him, the best of luck and hope he recovers soon.
And in the under-20 girls 400 meters, she remind me of Shawnee Miller-Uibo. Javonia Walcott, the fastest qualifier into tonight's finals. Her time, 53.57 seconds.
I just wanted to get out and then take it easy if I'm in the front.
And then when you were at the 100, you heard that junk in the music, right? And what that felt?
Good.
So you ready for the finals later on?
Yes, sir.
On our swim team making a big splash over there in Curacao, we go poolside with Amajal Knowles.
Well, the Bahamas continued its dominance in the pool of Day 2 of the Carifta Swimming Championships in Willemstad, Curacao. A look at the results from the evening session. The girls 11 to 12, 200-meter free. Celeste Gibson would take gold in 2:20.49. The silver would go to Dylan McKenzie in 2:23.31. In the boys 15 to 7, 200-meter free, Marvin Johnson would take bronze in 1:56.49. In the girls 11 to 12, 50 fly, Celeste Gibson would take gold in 30 seconds. In the girls 15 to 17, 50 fly, Renishka Gibbs would take silver in 28.66. In the girls 11 to 12, 100-meter back would be a 1-2 punch for the Bahamas as Skylar Smith would take gold in 1:14.19. And Alyssa Ferguson would take silver in 1:15.02. In the boys 11 to 12, 100-meter back, David Singh would get the silver in 1:08.99. In the boys 15 to 17, 100-meter back, Marvin Johnson would take bronze in 1:92. In the girls 11 to 12, 400 IM, another 1-2 punch from Alyssa Ferguson and Skylar Smith. This time, Alyssa would take the gold in 6 minutes, 8 seconds, and Skylar Smith would take the silver in 6:01.05. In the boys 11 to 12, 400 IM, David Singh would take gold in 5:24.80, and the bronze would go to Alexander Murray in 5:44.24. And the girls 13 to 14, 400-meter IM, Leah Lewis would take the bronze in 5:42.42. To the relays, where the Bahamas would completely dominate that event. In the girls 11 to 12, 400-meter IM relay, Bahamas would take gold in 4:57.87. The boys 11 to 12 400-meter team would also take the gold in 4:46.21. The boys 13 to 14 400-meter IM relay team would take silver in 4:16.87. The girls 15 to 17 400-meter IM relay team would take gold in 4:29.09. And finally, to cap things off, another gold for the Bahamas. The boys 15 to 17 400-meter IM team would take gold in 3:56.23. After 2 days of competition, a look at the standings. The Bahamas out in front with 546 points. The Cayman Islands in second with 380 285, and Trinidad and Tobago in third with 246. The Bahamas also atop the medal count with 41 total, 18 gold, 11 silver, and 12 bronze. Stay tuned into ZNS Total Sports. We continue to keep you updated on all the action here in Curacao from the 2023 Carifta Swimming Championships. My cameraman Anton Brainin, I'm Amishal Knowles, ZNS Total Sports.
And that's it for sports. Day number 1 of the Carifta Track and Field Championship. They get underway tomorrow morning. That's Sunday at 9 o'clock.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Come on down at the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me, beat me there. It's a family affair. Oh yes, it's that time again. Go tell your neighbors, tell your friend. As the children play, you can dance the night away. Yes, they got food galore, games and junk and who's so much more. So jump in your car, catch all the fun enough for everyone. At the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me, beat me there. It's the family affair. Tell Royale at the Red Cross National Fair. Don't you meet me, beat me there.
One of the biggest decisions you will make when remodeling a kitchen is the design choice for your kitchen cabinets. Whether you want your kitchen to look modern or traditional, the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets will make a sound choice. Stop into Conard Bahamas today and let them enhance your kitchen with the Casablanca White Shaker cabinets. At Conard Bahamas, they also carry an array of Calacatta quartz countertops. Conard Bahamas, Sandyport, Nassau, Freeport, Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. We have near clear skies tonight. The temperature is 79 degrees. Relative humidity 73%. We have east-northeast winds at 10 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,018.7 millibars. That's 30.00 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the Family Islands this evening. 80 degrees showing up in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Toll Key, and Marsh, Abaco, the Berry Islands at 81 degrees. Alistown, Bimini, 82, 80 degrees in Harbor Island and Roxanne, Eleuthera. Black Point, Exuma at 81, also in Camp Space, Orlando. Fresh Creek in Central Andros at 82 degrees. 79s in Alistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma. 80 degrees there, 80 degrees also in Ragged Island, Clownstown, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 79. Ackland, 79. Matchitown, Inagua, 81 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 79 degrees. Boating forecast tonight in the northwestern parts of our country. Those winds, they're going to be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights just around 2 to 4 feet with a high tide taking place at 10:25 tonight. Now, for the central and southeastern parts of our country tonight, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And as we roll you into Sunday, for all areas of the Bahamas, the winds are going to be light and variable. Very flat seas, 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. Your high tide will take place at 10:41 in the morning with a low tide at 4:46 in the afternoon. And satellite pictures showing that a mid to upper level, low to well to the south of the Bahamas now, still producing some clouds and a couple of showers around the Turks and Caicos Islands. Also in Inagua, picking up 1 or 2 stray showers as well. But there's a frontal system approaching the central Florida area that will continue to sink towards the south and east. We'll get into the northwest Bahamas late tomorrow evening, but the showers are going to be lagging behind that frontal system. We expect those showers to start moving into the northwest Bahamas late on Sunday night, taking us into Monday morning. Tonight, we're looking at clear to partly cloudy, a bit on the warm side with your low temperature around 73 degrees. And tomorrow, partly sunny, very pleasant, high temperature 84 degrees. And the extended weather forecast Nice weather right through Sunday, but come Sunday evening, the front goes through, but because of the delay in that showers, we don't expect them until Sunday night, carrying into Monday, and there could be an isolated thunderstorm in the mix as well. Thereafter, Tuesday looking a bit great, but that front will back up on Wednesday, and so we'll have cloudy conditions with some light to moderate rains, and that will be punctuated by some thunderstorms as well on Wednesday into Thursday before we start to clear up a bit, but remaining with some stray showers in the forecast for the next several days, taking us into the weekend. Juanita.
Thanks, Basil. But before we go, we want to send happy birthday greetings to Damari Sanders from your mother, Delilah. We hope that you had a great birthday. And that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.